Such a weird angle. Such a weird angle. All right. Okay. So, Paul Roth, what's your channel name?
Paul Talks.
Paul Talks. Drove up, down?
Drove up.
Up to see me. I'm bad at directions. And we got to hang out for today, which is cool. So we're just going to do a quick little video because he's kind enough to do that. So, Paul.
Yes.
Who's your favorite YouTuber?
It changes a lot, but I often come back to Lex Can Roar, Lex Croucher.
Yeah?
Tyrannosaurus Lex, actually, on
Yes.
YouTube. Because she does a variety of different types of videos, all within her same kind of wheelhouse, where she's talking about things that are typically YouTube-y, like tags and unboxings and hauls and clothes and fashion and makeup. But she'll oftentimes present them in a very funny way. She'll present them with her social issues, concerns, having related to them. When she does makeup videos, she'll talk about having them cruelty-free, or she'll talk about how somehow she'll relate them to British politics. I don't know how she does it, but she does. And they're always really funny. So she's probably my favorite at the moment.
If there was one thing that you could change about your videos, what would it be?
I'd say probably more consistent lighting. I don't have a professional softbox, so I have to adjust the lighting and try to figure out what's the best exposure and the best white balance every time. I think if I had a nice softbox with good light, I could just have certain settings and go back to them every time. That would be nice. I'd also like to have something that's close to like a GoPro in functionality.
Yes.
So that I could just record things as I'm out and about,
you're doing
just
that,
constantly,
going about your life,
without having to carefully focus the camera. That would be nice too.
That would be nice. What's your favorite part of being a part of the YouTube community?
I'm gonna say that my favorite part is a part that doesn't happen too often necessarily, but every now and then somebody will comment on one of my videos and say that I touched them in such a fashion because I was able to speak about something that they can relate to, or something that they feel, or something that they are afraid of, that they haven't necessarily seen from other YouTube videos or from other media at all. And if I can do that, if I can say to someone that they are okay, that being weird in a particular way, or being oppressed in a particular way, or just feeling bad in a particular way is all okay. It's all part of normal human experience. If I can reach someone like that and they tell me about it, that's probably the best thing.
What's your favorite part of making videos?
I think coming up with the ideas.
Yeah.
Coming up with the ideas and thinking of, in my mind, how I want them to look is the easiest and funnest part. And then trying to actually make it happen is so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah. You're like, well, I can do that. And then you actually go and you try to do that thing and you don't realize, like...
Why can't I just like shove like a micro SD card into my head, pull out the video in my head?
Yeah, somebody needs to work on that. Somebody needs to make that happen. So connections is a big thing for you.
Yes.
Yeah, making connections with people. I think that that's the heart of being a part of YouTube, and that's, I think, the people that are passionate about it and the people that care about it, their main concern is making connections with people and like having that interaction, that human interaction. That's a big thing for me too. Why did you start making your own content?
Literally to help people. That's basically it. Way back at the beginning, before I started any of my vlogs, I got into it because I went through this run of about 2 or 3 months where, for whatever reason, my friends kept on coming to me with their relationship issues, like their dating issues, their relationship issus, their sex life issues, and they'd ask me for my advice.
So you were that friend.
I was that friend.
I was also that friend.
At one point, my friend Katie, capital Katie on Twitter, at one point she said, Paul, you should have like an advice column, like a Dear Abby for dating and sex lives and stuff. And I thought about that for a while, and I liked the idea of being able to help people like that. But I'd also recently started getting into watching YouTube videos, and I thought, well, maybe I can combine these two different things. So my first few videos were dating advice videos that I did in collaboration with people who are not YouTubers. They're just like people I know who are savvy about relationship issues. Yeah. So they were all collabs for like 13 or 14 episodes. And then I started making some vlogs of my own, and these are what have lasted on Paul Talks. Just because it's easier to edit videos that are just me, rather than editing videos that contain other variables,
Yes,
like other people.
Like other people, I know.
The more people in the video, the harder it is to edit.
Yeah. And it's just like a picture. It's the same thing. It's like you want to get everybody's smiles, essentially, like for the picture, but it's not that easy to do. Who did you first start watching on YouTube? Like, what brought you to YouTube?
I honestly can't remember specifically, but early on, I can tell you that early on, I saw Hannah Hart's Show Me Where Your Nom's At video.
Okay.
So I started watching some of her videos, and then around the time that my friend asked me if I could start out my dating advice column, I found this movie called Please Subscribe, and it was about like the rise and fall of a bunch of different YouTube personalities.
Yes.
I think Hannah Hart might have been there. I think Grace Helbig might have been in there. A couple other people were in there. And watching that video made me think, well, maybe I could really do this. Maybe this is something I could make a significant part of my life. Not in my career necessarily, because there's a lot of danger in putting all your eggs into that basket.
Yeah.
But maybe I could do it as a hobby, and I think that probably got me into it.
How much is like other job versus YouTube? Like how balanced is that for you personally?
My other job is a salaried job, but I tend to work anywhere from 50 to 60 hours a week at that job. And I only put in about 10 to 20 hours a week on the YouTube
Okay, so
stuff.
it's pretty, that's pretty much similar in that experience. Only I've got the kids part of it.
I don't have the kids. So when you have kids, I have sleep.
That's another like 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, what's that like? What's sleep like? I've heard of it.
I mean, I could use more. I could always use more.
Yeah, that's true. I think my last question is going to be, what do you want your YouTube legacy, I guess? It's a big word. I'm sorry if it's going to be too big for you. But what do you want your YouTube legacy to be?
I want people to think of me as that guy who introduced them to either lots of other people or a whole community.
Yes.
I want people to think of me as that guy.
I do. So we're good there.
Awesome. I'm on my way.
All right. Well, thank you for driving up. Yes, I got that right. Haha. I got that right. To see me and for doing a little impromptu interview.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
Yay.
Okay.
We'll see what happens next week.
Bye.